Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with the top 3 beginner-friendly tier 9 tank destroyers, at least in my opinion. Obviously, if you think you are wrong, feel free to leave the comment down below, and maybe I am mistaken. Keep this in mind, I am including only standard tank destroyers, so no Key 91 PT or was 120 GFT. Let's keep this out of the way. Plus, on top of that, quick spoiler for probably tomorrow's YouTube video. You will see a video cut in half. One screen is going to be gameplay with mod, with reticle mod, and one without it. You will see everything yourself. I really want to share that with you. It is absolutely amazing what is happening nowadays, and people are going completely nuts because of this. Anyways, this video is not about that. Let's focus on beginner-friendly tank destroyers, and the first tank in the list is... Okay, fellas, and on top of the list, at least in my opinion, we have T95. In my opinion, this tank destroyer, it is hands down the easiest tank destroyer to play in this game. Right? I'm not saying it is the best tank destroyer by any shape or any form, but where gameplay goes, right? I mean, that's quite simple and quite straightforward. This tank destroyer is this tank destroyer is slow, right? You cannot get into the trouble that easily because someone else will spot the things for you and you will know how the things are looking like. But there is one but to say, in the same time, low speed is protecting you from getting into the trouble that easily, but in the same time, sometimes you cannot reach the damage either, so keep this in mind. All in all, it's not typical triangle for you. With this tank destroyer, you want to play like a heavy tank. You want to go in front and you need to beat the living crap out of the enemies face to face, right? This is how you want to play with this tank destroyer. This is as easy as it is going to get. Speaking about the alpha damage, I know there is multiple choices by the guns and whatnot. I get it. I can tell you that straight in the face, I would highly recommend to use 750 alpha damage gun. I do not really think there is any alternative option to go any other way. This is the first thing, right? And after that, yeah, that's about it. That's all there is to say about the T95. In fact, some people are calling it Doom Turtle as well, right? Because the shell is looking like a turtle in a way. Well, not like... If you are running this skin, then you are looking literally like a tourist, fellas. Literally like a tourist. Although, there is nothing bad on being the tourist, right? Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to get involved a bit, right? And by saying we want to get involved a bit, that means we are pushing in front as much as we physically and possibly can, right? That's what we are doing. Once again, I am fearless in this kind of situation, but still you have Baza in front of you, and... Hi. Doesn't matter, fellas. That's what I am saying when I'm saying the tank is idiot-proof. Hey mate, how are you doing? Enjoying yourself? Good. Take that. Greetings, I see. I see. Okay. Also, this tank can make enemies dance. Fellas, this tank can definitely make enemies dance. Especially when they know they cannot do absolutely anything for you. They will do anything to survive their journey, okay? They will do anything. If that means dancing for enemy, that means dancing for enemy. Doesn't really matter. Oh, that guy made my day. Okay, let's focus on the game, shall we? We have two tanks to deal with in this side, right? That would be Vaza and Baza. But what I want to do, I think I crafted another strategy. There is a Borat in front of us. Now, if I will react properly, this Borat will take one for the team. I can promise you that. Our whole point is to eliminate Borat, to get into this position here and spank everyone sitting here. Skill, I have a question. Why you are not just simply pushing for the guys like this? And that is very legit and good question, fellas. And the answer is, this Borat can go here and... What are you supposed to do? How I can make a YouTube video on how I supposed to play my game, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? How I supposed to play my game? Anyways, like I said, you see, this is a true fear factor. T95 is spanking everyone left, right, and center. Everyone is afraid to that level. They are refusing to fight with you. They are simply saying, no, I refuse. I do not want to fight with you. I do not want to do absolutely anything. You shoo away. I just don't want to mess with you. This is how the things are looking like, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, right? And obviously, I mean, looking into all of this madness, right? It looks great, fellas. I am having a blast playing this game, and it is absolutely nuts to say that the least. Where you think you are going? No. Where you think you are going? Listen. Stop it. Okay, this guy should get slaughtered now. M103. M103 is slaughtered as well. Another M103 missed. Now we will go for no aim shot because why not? And he is dead. Fellas, there is no better presentation for this vehicle. Looking into the score, yeah, we got 3000, but listen, we pushed the WK as much as we physically and possibly could. We met two dancers who said, no, I don't want to mess with this Doom Turtle. And this is the main reason why this vehicle is, in my opinion, higher on the list. And this is how the things are looking like with the T95. Although what you need to remember, you need to raise the gun whenever you are seeing enemies as well, right? Looking into performance, 3000 damage, 700 assisting damage, that's okay. We were like a tourist, and that was absolutely amazing, and it was an enjoyable experience. Kudos to you, Shkish or Zhkish or Zguj, whatever, and kudos to this beautiful gentleman, Flawless. Pleasure to meet you. Let's teleport. Before we are going to do anything, I really want to talk about this Tech 3 as well, right? But how am I going to do this? I'm going to talk about this from the Tier 9. So, looking into the Tier 9 and Tier 10, both of the tanks, in my humble opinion, are extremely beginner-friendly. And if beginner is thinking about going for a Tier 10, Tier 9 tank destroyers, I would say this is very, very, very good choice, and I believe everyone would agree with me. Although, keep this in mind, the nerfs are coming for E3 and T95 as well. Anyways, let's go for round 2 with a different tank. Now, fellas, the second tank on the list is Tortoise. I think this vehicle must be here because it has very, very good armor, well, trollish armor, maybe that's how I would describe it, especially whenever you are dealing against the lower tiers, and even though when lower tiers are loading gold, good luck hitting you exactly here in this square, right? Because even with the good tanks, even with the tanks with big penetration, whenever you are aiming to cupola, there is a chance you are going to bounce. It's just how this tank works. Obviously, this tank has to offer extremely good DPM, right? DPM is obviously one of the selling points, and actually, gun is alright as well. In other words, it is very, very good tank, and once again, extremely easy to play with. If you are playing in the open field, obviously it's a bit harder, but in the city maps you are not going to feel like you lost the lottery, you know? It's not like you selected the 4 out of 6 lucky digits. You will feel just great, right? And you will be able to show the dominance for the enemies. And even though if you will fight one-on-one, you will be able to out-DPM most of your opponents, actually everyone, right? If they have the same amount of the hit points, and if you will do the smart trades, aka just using the DPM. Now, alpha damage, 400 alpha damage, 259 millimeters of penetration, which is more than enough, to be completely honest with you. I think it is very, very good penetration, and it is completely fine. This penetration is pretty much tier 10 penetration overall. And look, whenever you are finding the tank, right, look at this beauty. Now we are pretty much chilling and we are showing the dominance. As an example, Skoda, now he's running for his life. He's saying, oh no, mamma mia, Dios míos, what to do. This is what he is saying, fellas. And this is exactly what we want to see, and this is exactly how we want to play against the enemies, right? This is exactly what we want to do. We are making sure we are going to aim for his cupola whenever we have a chance to hit him, and now he's reloading 3.5 seconds between the shells, but it matters. It doesn't matter, you know, it's just simply irrelevant because I have a very, very good reload time as well, and Skoda is thinking, yeah, who asked this Scorpion to, who asked this Tortoise to appear in front of me, right? That's all there is to say about this tank. Now, I will show you a bit more greediness. Skill, is it worth it? Well, time will show. We can see T and H here, and we can see Mini Minotauro, right? Or CC1 MK2, however you would call this tank and however you prefer. Now, the worst part of all this, obviously, this CC, right? Because he has a very, very, very strong armor, especially whenever he is playing hold down. That can be a bit of the pain in the ass to deal with. But we are not going to give up. We are going to be very, very, very greedy. Skill, you know, greed is not good stuff. Shh. Fellas, whenever I am greedy, I am unstoppable, right? This is how I feel like. And you can see that yourself. I am not thinking too much. I am just simply pushing in front, right? You think it's easy to stop me? Good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. Yes, yes, yes. Enjoy your experience. Look how this DPM is doing the heavy lifting, right? It doesn't really matter. Yes, it is not the fastest tank in the field. I get it. But you are not sniping with this vehicle. That's the most important thing, right? You are playing with this vehicle like you would be a heavy tank. And if you are treating this tank like you are top-notch heavy, right? If you are finding that W key, you are going to be completely fine. Look at this beauty. How are you doing today? Enjoying yourself? Very, very nice. Oh, I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. How's your gun handling? Because mine is pretty good. Mine is pretty good, my man. And I have pretty good DPM as well. Sir, we have a problem. Actually, no. Sorry, it's not we. You have a problem. Here we go. Beautiful. We just eliminated this Skoda. So, as you can see yourself, it is not too much thinking. It's just finding where our nuts are and squeezing them a bit. That's all we need to do. Definitely not rocket science. Definitely every player in the game can do the things which you just saw me doing, right? It is definitely not hard. Meanwhile, all we need to do at this point, we need to find the Roo. And for Roo, we have a high explosive ammunition. Oh! Okay, for Leo, we have high explosive ammunition. One more thing which I haven't said, and it is very important thing to highlight overall, right? This tank has extremely good penetration with high explosive. Skill, how good? Well, 120 millimeters good. What that means? That means light tank, slightly armored tank, destroyers, SRHM, Scorpion, Waffles, doesn't really matter, right? They can easily get slaughtered by you, and it is extremely important thing to highlight overall. At least that's what I think, and this is how am I looking into all of this in the first place. Or even Arthas, right? As you can see, it doesn't look like it's too easy to penetrate Arta. That's fine. We will give it another go in 3 seconds and he should be dead. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful tank and beautiful performance. Some people would put this tank higher tier than T95, and I understand why would you do something like this, right? And why would you say this tank is actually better than the T95? But I think it is tiny touch harder tank to play with. And by saying it is tiny touch harder tank to play with, I mean this Roo, he could try to circle me, but he said no. I absolutely not. See you never. This is what this Roo said. He wasn't even thinking about shooting us. He did not even consider it. That he saw the Tortoise in front of him and he said, I am out, see ya. Okay, let's see the score. Okay, So what do we have? We have 4.1 thousand damage because that blind shot to the Arta, 400 assisting damage, beautiful game overall. I am super happy about this because it's not about the score. 4,000 for me is not super impressive by the Tortoise. It's okay game, don't get me wrong, but it's not impressive. The most important thing is what this tank can do, and I showed you how to go in front and how to spank everyone in front of you. That's the most important thing of all this. So all in all, we made a bit of the credits, we went in front for a ride, and we had a great performance. Now, looking into the tech tree, right, and looking ahead, what do we have? And from the Tortoise, you are having Badger. In my opinion, Tortoise is better tier to tier tank. That's what I think, you know. Even though Tortoise has better DPM, I think, even though Badger has better DPM than Tortoise, I think Tortoise is just so much more comfortable to play with. You can meet tier 7s, and tier 7s cannot do anything, and let's get real. In the tier 10 with a Badger, people will more willingly load gold, and then it is game over for this tank, especially on the flat ground. If you are playing on the flat ground, I would say Tortoise is better than Badger. This is how I think about this. So yeah, is it beginner friendly tank to play with? Speaking about Badger, definitely yes, but I think there is better tanks than a Badger overall. And now, last but not least, I believe we are going to go for a last option, and this option is going to surprise you. I believe so. And after that, obviously, we are going to have some honorable mentions. Let's go. And last but not least in our list, we have Italian tier 9 tank destroyer mini Minotauro CC1 MK2. Now, hear me out, why am I mentioning this tank destroyer, right? First of all, I don't think it is a bad tank destroyer by any shape or any form, and ability of this mother trucker to play hold down, it is out of this world, right? What you need to do, you need to hide your hull, right? And then you are sitting extremely well, and you have all advantages for yourself. Now, not everything is ideal with this tank destroyer, okay? Let's be honest and let's say that straight. The worst part of this tank destroyer is gun. The gun would make even the most patient person in the world to curse. I'm not even joking. I probably lost half of my hair. You see, before I played with this vehicle, my hairline was straight, right? After playing with this tank, I have a bit of the Mickey Mouse, to say that the least, right? And this blame goes purely for this vehicle, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else, you know? It's not like it's not like it is in my DNA or something. No, it is from playing with this vehicle. I'm not joking, fellas. I truly mean it. Now, I lately marketed this tank, and we even had a video of this vehicle Mark of Excellence in the extra channel, right? I shared the best games. I managed to get 8,000 damage in the game with this and so on, or completing tank destroyer 15 mission. However you would however you would love to look into this, right? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, English is not my first language. I know, skill disgusting. How dare you to lag a bit. So yeah. Anyways, it's still not changing the fact. I think it is just easy tank to play with. You won't get 4,000, 5,000 every single game. You won't. But whenever you will have those situations, whenever you are sitting in the perfect position for yourself, or even overall bullying the lower tiers, right? It is going to work very great, and you will feel like you are freshly baked mother trucker. This is how I look into this tank, right? Now, very important thing to say, this vehicle has a weird autoloader, right? Let's get real, 8 seconds between the shells, it is far away from being decent, and it's far away from being excellent. You will need to get used for this quite a bit, at least in my humble opinion, right? In other words, it is not going to be like instant, ooh! I see, I played with it, I conquered this tank is instantly the best tank in the world of tanks. It doesn't work this way, fellas. I am saying from my point of view and from any other point of view as well, you need to get used for this tank. Now, look at this. I am kind of playing in the open field like crazy mother trucker, right? You can say whatever you want, it is the case. We are bouncing a lot of damage because we are keeping the distance in this kind of situation, even though we are playing on the open field, right? It works just fine. High explosives. One more thing which I really want to highlight, this tank has a very nice high explosive ammunition. Now, use it only when you see paper tanks in front. As an example, now I see Leo Pata to be exact, right? And oh boys, I can promise you that this gentleman will regret his life choices. Minus 600 in the face. Leo Pata is thinking, what is this? What is this sorcery? This is what he is thinking, you know, because usually I should hit him for 490 if I'm not mistaken, right? And in this kind of situation, he cannot do absolutely anything, you know. He need to accept this. That's about it. Okay, unfortunately we could get only one shot to the Leo Pata, but that is completely fine. Next stage for us is going to be to go against the Mr. IS-32. I think this is exactly what we are going to do. And we are not going to stop, we are going to go in. Doesn't really matter, we took one in the side, it doesn't matter. And now we are playing the game, right? We are playing against the two tanks right here. Pay attention, fellas. Look at this beauty. It's pixel shot, but it is possible to hit that one. And I am paying attention at this char footer. Skill, I have a question. Why would you pay attention at the char footer? Well, if you would pay attention into the maxi map, he can definitely find a decent angle or decent enough angle to spank us. And obviously, I do not want to deal with him in this way. I want to know what I am doing in the game and what I can face whenever I am making one or another decision overall in the game, right? I think that is an important thing to highlight. Meanwhile, I think we can get involved at this point. I see there is IS-32. I am very, very well aware of this gentleman, but I do not really care about him. I know Fava is here in the back, doesn't really change anything. Now we are going to have a very, very polite conversation with this char footer. While char footer is running, I am planning what kind of flowers we are going to buy for him when he will go to the garage. This is exactly what I was thinking. Beautiful, very, very nice. So far we are sitting on the 3000. There is still plenty of use for us to get and to gain overall from this game, right? Obviously we lost quite a bit of the hit points already because I'm playing aggressively, and I do not play passively, right? And I do not play ideally either. Skill, bad player, not playing ideally. I know, right? Look at this beauty. I think the Fava was sitting here, so I'm going for a blind shot. Now, I have a feeling Fava is going to the garage. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I know for some of you might have a question. Skill, why are you saying the gun handling is so bad with this vehicle? Because you are hitting most of your shots. Nowadays I'm using the new reticle. Reticle link is going to be in the description as usual. And you can use it yourself. It's pretty much showing the real values of your reticle where you can hit, right? And for me, it is a game-changing situation. I know how much I need to aim in order to hit, and it is absolutely awesome. Meanwhile, we have Udes who drowned. I truly dislike people who are drowning in any shape or any form, right? I truly do not appreciate it, and I truly do not like it, but it is how it is. Where is our budget? Budget said, you made my day, Skill. I appreciate you, budget. Pleasure to meet you. Was this game to perfection? I would not say that was a perfect game, so what we will do, we will have one more battle with CC1 MK2. And before we are going to another game with this vehicle, I want to give you honorable mentions and to highlight some things. all of the tanks which I picked, they are having quite a bit of armor, and none of them are red line tank destroyers, right? With them, you need to get a bit aggressive and don't sit with a T-95 near the red line. This is not the tank destroyer for that. Anyways, looking into the score, 3.8 thousand damage and 800 assisting damage. It is better than I actually expected, to be fair with you. Hip hip hooray, 3.8 thousand is completely fine considering the situation, right? Anyways, what I want to say, all of those tank destroyers we played with, they have armor. Mini Caro or Mini Minotauro, however you would call it, right? Tortoise and the T-95. All of them has armor in my opinion, and this is the biggest selling point, to offer the tank which is not absolute junk for a new player and the tank which has armor in the same time. At least that's how I look into this. Now, speaking about the Caro Tier 10 or Contra Caro, or however this vehicle is called, I'm all the time forgetting its name, right? Minotauro is extremely easy to play for a beginner as well, because it has same gameplay. Sit hold down and you are going to be fine, right? And in fact, all this line is looking the same way in my humble opinion. It's just how I am feeling about this, right? Anyways, honorable mentions before we will go into another game with Contra Caro. I would really want to say honorable mention with a waffle. It is perfect sniper schnitzel. The gun accuracy of this tank is out of this world. I truly want to highlight this and I truly want to say this. I don't think it is beginner friendly because it doesn't have camo, but it is absolutely amazing. Also, same goes for Esterva. I think Esterva is absolutely amazing if we are speaking about sniping from the back, but in Himmelsdorf, Ensk, or wherever elsewhere, you are not going to enjoy yourself so much. At least this is what I think, right? I just do not feel like this tank destroyer is worthy, and I cannot put it into this list just because it is just hard to figure out what to do in those maps. And now once again, think about this. Tortoise. Imagine you are playing against T-95, you are playing against Caro or Contra Caro. You know, you just can be aggressive. And even if you are getting open maps, you have a lot of armor to protect you. That's how I look into the things. I changed my mind, fellas. We are not going to go for one more performance with CC. I figured it out. If I will want to dig a bit deeper towards this tank, I can make a separate video, not to go ham and not to highlight too many things. So all in all, it was a great session. T-95 performance was kind of lackluster, but we met so many beautiful dancers, I just simply could not say no. And as you can see, looking into the performance with all tanks, we are pretty much up with our performance. So that means it was better than average gameplay with the tanks which we played. So that is a thumbs up. Anyways, thank you very much, fellas, for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself and I hope you had a blast. It is a pleasure and honor for me to do videos like this, and for me, my favorite type of videos to make is top 3, honestly. It is just my favorite type of the videos to make. I know you are enjoying them a lot, so feel free to leave one of those. I would highly appreciate that, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.